Welcome back with the next chapter, chapter 4, Animal Fibers. Long ago, human beings used leaves, barks of trees and the skins of animals to cover their bodies. Then they learned the art of weaving and they started making clothes. There are mainly two types of clothes. They are natural fibers and that artificial fibers. We wear clothes depending on the climate. In summer, we wear loose and light colored cotton clothes. In winter, we wear that thick, dark colored clothes made up of wool, fur, or leather. During the rainy season, we usually wear that cotton clothes. Some of our clothes are made up from that yarn derived from that animal fibers. These are a type of natural fibers as they are obtained from the nature. Certain fibers are not made from that natural sources that we call as artificial fibers. So we discuss about that animal fibers. This includes wools and that silk. Wool comes from mainly from the fleece of sheep. We get wool also from that goat, yak, camel and that rabbit. And silk is produced from that silkworm. That means animal fibers are the fibers which are obtained from the animals like sheep, yak, silkworm, and that the fibers thus obtained includes wool and silk. Wool is obtained from that fur like that goat, sheep, yak, rabbit, etc. Silk, which is so famous all over the world, is produced by that cocoon, spinning silkworm, and the main structural compound of animal fiber in the exoskeleton, which include hair, nails, and the scales of that animals. Wool. Wool, common name applied to the soft curly fibers obtained chiefly from the fleece of the domesticated sheep and used extensively in textile manufacturing. Wool may be differentiated from hair mainly by the nature of the scales that cover that outer surface of each fibers. What are the properties of this wool? The body hair of the furry animals often trap a lot of air in between that woolly fibers. Air is a bad conductor of heat, hence this protects the body from the cold and that keep it warm. That make it suitable to wear during that winter. There are two types of fibers found in sheep hairs, the coarse and the rough beard hair, and the fine and the soft under hair which grows close to that skin. This under hair is used for making wools. Types of wools. Wools can be obtained from the hair of alpaca, llama, sheep, goat, camel and rabbit, etc. First one, that Kashmira wool. Kashmira is that one of the rarest and the expensive wool to be obtained from the bellies of Kashmiri goats through the process of combining. It is very soft and easy to dye. Then the second one is that Angora wool. That this kind of wool is combined by dehairing the Angora rabbit and the fibers is extremely soft and fluffy and warm. And the third, yak wool, which is very popular in the region of Tibet and the Ladakh. It is extracted from the yak and the wool is very soft and silky. Next, camel wool. Camel wool is obtained from that camels. It is very soft. It has a good thermal insulation properties and it is good quality wool to use in that colder region. And the last one, sheep wool. Sheep wool is of two types, Kemp and Merino wool. The outer coarse hair is known as Kemp and the inner fine and the soft wool is called as Merino wool. And the inner fine soft wool is also used to make the true wool. Steps involved in making wools. Following are the steps involved in making wools fibers. First one, rearing, then shearing, scouring, sorting, carding, removing blur, dyeing and making yarn. First one, rearing. Rearing sheep are reared mainly in the hilly region of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim for their wool. The second one, shearing. The shaving of the thick coat of the woolen hair from the sheep is called shearing. Then after that, scouring. The obtained woolen hair is washed in a soapy water to remove any traces of dirt, grease or dust, and this process is called scouring. After scouring, that sorting. This process is done by separating hair of different texture depending upon its quality. Then carding. In this process, the woolen hair is straightened by metallic teeth and then removing burr. Burrs are the small fiber balls which also appeared on our woolen sweaters. These are taken out by hand manually. Then next, dyeing. That means the process of coloring the woolen fibers is called dyeing. Then making yarns. Making the yarns consists of straightening the wools, combining it and then spinning to yarn. After this step, the wool is woven or knitted for clothes. The shorter woolen fibers are used in woolen clothes. Different kinds of woolens are obtained from the different varieties of sheeps, and the quality is assessed by the length, strength, shine, and the thickness and the color. The steps are given here, that shearing, scoring, sorting, carding and making yarn. And that in your textbook there are some breeds will be given and the quality of the wool and the state where that found. Just you read this whatever that given in your textbook. Next type of that animal fiber is silk. Silk fibers produced has a cocoon covering by that silkworm and the valuable for its use in fine fabrics and textile. The silkworm in fact is not a worm but a caterpillar. Although cocoon covering of fiber are made by a large number of insects. That means silk yarn is obtained from the silk filaments which are produced by silkworms. They make these filaments by spinning the cocoon around themselves. It is very valuable fiber because of its natural lustrous appearance and feel. So before that going through that processing, we know that what is the life cycle of this silkworm. Mainly there are different life cycle. That means first one is that egg. The silkworm lay egg which is the first stage and the egg then hatch in spring. Second, larva. When the egg hatch, we observe a caterpillar come out. It is also called as larva. These larvae feed on that mulberry leaves and grow in size. These stages continues for 27 days. Caterpillars also shed their leaves a number of times. This process is called as molting. Then after that, the third one is that cocoon. The larva spins a net around itself which later help in that secretion of a protein, and this protein hardens when exposed to that air. This is the actual silk fiber, and the process of covering themselves with this fiber continues to form a cocoon, and the larva is called a pupae at this stage. Next, adult, that is silk moth. The pupae transform in the cocoon. A few weeks later, the cocoon opens up and that adult silk moth sees the world. The silk yarn is extracted from the cocoon of that silkworm. Sericulture. The production of silk throughout the breeding and managing of silkworm is called sericulture. Various types of silk moths are bred for that the purpose of producing varied type of silks. Silks like tassar, muga, kosa and mulberry are all obtained from the different kinds of silk moths. The process of obtaining silk is long and tedious. Generally, a silk moth lays hundreds of eggs at a time, and these are then processed to a specific temperature which make it suitable for them to hatch, and this process we call as incubation. We just go through that the step by step process. First, the healthiest moths are chosen for that breeding and the laying the egg, and after that the larvae that emerge once the egg hatch are fed mulberry leaves. They continue feeding for 20 to 35 days. After that, when the silkworm is about 35 days old, it starts spinning a cocoon around itself. This process takes about 3 to 7 days to complete. Then these pupae inside that cocoon are killed by putting the cocoon in hot water, which kills that worms as well as loosen the filaments. Then after that, that means it makes has a fibers, and these single filaments are washed, dried and twisted to form yarn. The texture of the fabric depends on that manner of twisting. One end of that silk thread is passed through that eyelets and then thread reeled on to that wheel. This all about that the sericulture and that is processing. Health hazards related to wool and silk industry. Workers employed in almost all processes of the sericulture and that wool industry are adversely affected by a number of diseases. The first disease is sorted disease. People working in the wool industries sometimes get infected by the bacterium called anthrax, and it leads to the fatal blood disease called sorted disease. Second one, respiratory disease. Inhalation of that vapors arising from the cocoon undergoing steaming, cooking and reeling producing breathing problems, asthma and other bronchial ailments. Next, scabies and other skin infection. In the first step of reeling and the cocoon are boiled in water in order to kill that worm. So the workers needs to constantly keep dipping the cocoon in boiling water. Blisters are very common in their skin. This also result in that skin peeling of her hands and feet. Next, California disease. California fever is called as coccidioidomycosis. It is a fungal disease which happened due to the presence of fungus spores called coccidioidomycosis, which is found in that wool. It occurs with anthrax and it can be very fatal. And here some questions are given. So students, here we complete that chapter. I hope you all understand the topic clearly and study well. Take care.